Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, B Funk, thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. Sun is up now, but I've been at it since before it was up, so I'm still doing what I do for you. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right Thinker's mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you had an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not that they know not, is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not, they simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself, and to Mayat, be true. Here's another Mayat philosophical concept. Right thinkers, let's talk about heart, mind, coherence. Master this, and that's how you know thyself. That's the goal. That's the purpose, and that's the point I'm trying to make today. Break it down for you. Hope you see if it makes some sense. Feeling, intellect. Them come as one, all conscious, all knowing thyself. That's the goal for right thinkers who follow my philosophy. Yeah, this is my word. I came up with it a few years ago called heart, mind, coherence. Now, and it means when your heart matches your mind, you become one, aka God-like. You know who you are while you're in the flesh. You're an enlightened being. Enlightenment means to know your higher self, not your sex, your age, your birthday. No, your name. Your true self. That's the goal for right thinkers. Mayat is the philosophy that we follow. I just call it right thinking philosophy. But Mayat was taught because it meant balance, aka right thinking, and doing what's right in support of what? The divine. She represents justice, reciprocity, order, all the things that's divine, that's good. If you're going to follow her philosophy, you become a good person. Follow her tenets, 42 negative confessions of what you haven't done. Hold yourself accountable, and you'll be fine. Why? Just doing that gets you recognition from the man who put her in charge. Okay? She's the first thing God did when he came up out the noon of chaos and possibility and potential. We need order. Let there be light. So that's the story. But Mayat is a philosophical concept that you can use to live by. I do. Now, if the mind is not in harmony with the heart, then you are ignorant and confused. The heart may want one thing, and the mind, because it's ignorant, may not agree. Or the heart or the mind may, because it's ignorant, may want one thing, and the heart, because it do know, don't agree. See where I'm going with that? So you got a misbalance, an unbalanced situation going on in your own head. You have two hemispheres for a reason. The left side, one way, the right side, another way. So if you just thinking right side, then you're going to do certain one way. And how about this? The left side brain controls the right side of the body and vice versa. And when the outward eyes see, it goes in and refracts to become black. This part of the brain works that part of the body. This part of the brain works that part. They had it all figured out. So they knew how we operated in the physical and the mental a long time ago. Moving on. But I got another one for you coming up. And understand this. Your heart, love, emotions. The left side of your brain, feminine, compassion, emotions, that part. And most men, because we masculine, we weren't there. That's the different side of the brain. But if you can balance them two out, you'd be a bad man and woman. Why? Women don't need to be too emotional. Men don't need to be too masculine. But you put them together, that's called balance. That's what Maya teaches you. That's the philosophy that I live by. And it works like a charm for everything. When you can use something universal, that's good. Moving on. And your mind, again, this thing up here, the most sophisticated machinery known to man, and everybody get one, but it don't come with instructions. Instructors, yeah, sages, teachers, philosophers, but you have to figure it out. Your mind is total intellect, consciousness, and intellect without emotions, not a good place to be. Okay, they got to work in harmony. That's the whole idea. And the heart, mind, coherence. Why? Because they do two different things. But harmony is what? Two opposites coming together. Male, female, life. Moving on. Your heart has a brain. Well, I thought the heart just pump blood. As my man Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. It has its own brain. And the heart brain, which the Egyptians knew, was what they judge you by at Judgment Day. Why? Because it keeps track of everything that goes on inside you. It watches. That's where God dwells, and he keeps record. That's Tahuti. That's the record keeper. Oh, don't worry. He got everything written down already. This part of the conscious, once you cease to exist, they throw it away. They save the internal parts, liver, the kidney, lungs, and the stomach. They don't save, they keep the heart in the body, take them out, put them in jars, keep them fresh. Okay, I did get that lesson, but that's what they did. That's how much respect they have for them parts. The brain, why? This is where it is. That's why. And guess what? Modern man, over 30 years ago, my man, I can't think of his name, but anyway, he's a good dude. Drayton, Great Brayton, my man. Heart, mind, coherence. He stole my phrase, but he got the concept. He talked to Native Americans. He go all over, and everybody had the same concept. I love that guy because he get it modern time. And guess what he found out? There's a bigger brain in the heart that's in our head. God dwells here. Hello, this is man. So when you put them together, you become God-like. When you become conscious, that's why they need. Human beings are ignorant. They need to become what? Conscious. That's why he gave you this for. And our modern science has discovered, and again, I'm not impressed, your heart has a brain there of its own, aka God dwells there. Love. Every time you see Jesus, he had a big heart, didn't he? That's what God is. He told you God dwells inside you, like in the heart of all his human creatures. Okay? Our ancient ancestors knew that for what? Almost 10,000 years. Nothing new. They've been showing you the judgment scene since forever, and it just makes so much sense. I love it. Why? Even then, to this day, it still holds true. Again, it ain't changed. If your heart is heavy with greed, lust, all the things that brings it down, you will fail. If your heart lights the feather, you're a good person, don't have no animosity, no hatred, no ill will toward other people. You just carefree, happy-go-lucky. You pass on to the next life. They can't go no other way. And the Church Christ said, only way there is through me. That's what Maya told you. Only way to the Father is through us. Yeah, and I have been teaching this philosophy for the last 10 years. Okay? And those who follow it, love it, understand it. Why? It ain't changed nothing but how they see themselves. That's all I want to change. Anything else, I got to do with me. Now, my concept, philosophical concept, is if your heart, mind, marries your conscious mind, the honeymoon. That's what my man, oh man, these guys, I know I'm all I see him. I can't call names to save my life. Bruce Lipton, right? He said, it's the honeymoon is when your heart and your mind become one. Life is a honeymoon. Why? You just happy all the time. You just feel good. Everything is okay, like love. That first love, everything look different, everything sound different. And every time you get in that state, that euphoric state where everything, yeah, you're happy, that's knowledge of self. When you reach that level with knowledge and understanding, when the heart and mind become one, you can't be swayed, you can't be changed, you good to go. That's the spot that I'm trying to get all my right thinkers to have for themselves. That's what it's all about. That's what I teach, and that's what I'm telling you. It's the concept that you can implement and find out for yourself if it works or not. I'm not here to question if it works. I use it. Okay? Like my man said, the head club for men, I'm not just the president. I'm a user. So I ain't just a teacher. I live it. Okay? Right thinking philosophy. And I have a goal. And my goal is to help you make that spiritual connection with the heart and mind for yourself by putting in the work, doing some study, following the lessons, and implementing them, and you'll get knowledge for yourself. That's my goal. That's it. Knowing thyself is the purpose for us coming in this form, whether you believe it, like it, don't care, but that's, again, my opinion. And for those who don't believe that, you keep coming back. Why? Because you didn't do it, obviously. So if you think that ain't the purpose, the purpose come here to what? Be rich and famous, get legacy and all that? No, the purpose is you to find out you so you can go to hell back home. God gives us his spirit as a loaner. He puts us in here to learn a lesson to get back home. Knowing thyself is when what? You have made the marriage and have the spiritual awakening for yourself. I can't do it for you. I can lead you to the water. I can't drink it for you. Okay, that's the concept. That's what I'm telling you about. And that's my whole point. I ain't got no problem doing that. That's what I do it every day. Your mind, the brain, has two sides. And Mayat teaches you what? To use them both to what? Have balance. The scales of justice, they imbalanced. I don't like these scales. And the broad is blind. No, I don't like that either. Okay? Mayat is just and true. Balance on both sides. And they got guys who make sure that it work out. Anubis and Thought. They don't shortchange you. Why? Everybody gets the fair shake when it comes to justice. And, again, mental harmony. Excuse me. I just told you that two sides. Okay, that's the balance in life. The brain hemisphere is two sides. But the pineal gland sits in the middle. Okay? That's the little ball there for the balance. Your pineal gland is the receiver of what? Information from your higher self. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. But again, where we are down here, mental harmony is using the left and the right hemispheres of the brain to make a decision. Pros and cons and pros, however you want to do it. But knowing them both gives you the opportunity to what? Make a better decision. A judge can't just hear the defendant complaint or just hear the plaintiff. You got to hear both sides. And through discernment and common sense and just and fair balance, you can judge from him to her who's telling the truth, who's right and who's wrong. Simple as that. Moving on. But you should be able to do that in your own mind on a regular basis like that. If you're left-handed, or your left side of brain user, you will be emotionally driven. You would be, they call it feminine, okay? And women or men who think that they women, they just more emotionally because they feel that way. You ain't physically that way. Why? Because you're a man, your body says male, but your mind says female. No, you just imbalance. You get back over, get some masculinity in your life, okay? Toughen up, as they say. And that's just an emotional imbalance. And because the female side of the brain, if that controls you, you're going to be more that way. Simple. They tell you break wrist, limp wrist, acting, a big strong man acting like a little woman. That's just a facade. It's a mental situation. We should deal with it as such. But if you use the right side of the brain, which most men do, you will be logical, rational, but also egotistical. That's the male. Braggadocious. You know everything. Yeah. That's the ego. But once you could add that little feminine to it, break it down, bring some compassion, some empathy to other people, care about somebody other than yourself, now you're becoming godly. That's the difference. And selfless service is a direct indicator that you are for the what? The good for others. When you're selfish, you don't care about nobody but moi. And that's never good, okay? But a lot of us live with that concept, and you see in the end, you can't win. And if you learn my philosophy, right thinking philosophy, you will learn to use both sides of your brain, aka right thinking. You got to think with the left and the right. The left, right. Yeah, okay. Stop down evil with the left and walk on over it with the right continuously. Don't stop. That's the marching cadence for your servant. And like in the Spartans, the 300. My man said, "What you do?" "I'm a farmer." "What you do?" "Oh, I'm a sharecropper." "What you do?" "I'm a doctor." Spartans, what do? Ahoo, ahoo, ahoo. We kill, we kill, we kill. Why? If that's what you do, that's what you do. And be good at what you do. That's all I'm saying, whatever it is. And guess what? If you willing to kill, you willing to be killed. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. You live by the sword, die by the sword. Make a difference, your choice. Again, you receive what you get what you put out. Simple. And understand it. I'm getting to the end. Let me wrap this up for you right quick. Your mind and heart's mind has to become one mind, aka that's an enlightened being. When this and this working as one, ding, 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 jackpot, slot machine, it's been paying off for me ever since. I'm just saying, I keep using Richard Pryor as an example. Man, I can't wait till somebody tell somebody this. And the few people who I see using it and working, I'm loving it. Why? They did the same thing. Found out what they do, passing it on. So I appreciate you tuning in. I got you. When your emotions are shared with intellect, women, I love you, but you need to put some intellect into the emotion. All emotion with no intellect, you become a lunatic, a raving maniac. And to your credit, I understand, but that don't make it right. With intellect and rationale, you can soothe down some of that anger that you're going to unleash on whoever made you upset or did you wrong. Trust me, messing with the kids, anything that women upset them, you're not going to get a fair shake. Trust me. So women, y'all got to be a little more logical and diplomatic. I just go, wow. Don't piss a woman off, fellas. Trust me. All right. When your emotions are shared with intellect, now you're thinking right. You can handle the situation a lot better. When your heart mind coherence is, and that's opening what? Your third eye. You reach the level where you see things for what they really are, and you have spiritual insight, meaning you see yourself first. Picture. Oh, I forgot to do my lesson. I got that coming up. This is the picture you should see of yourself. I want all my young people to do this. See themselves that way. I got a picture in my book. I'm going to use that as a lesson. I got that coming up. You should see yourself regal, royal, not as slave, downtrodden. No, that's what they project that image. I'm going to change that for you. That's a quick lesson. I just brought that up. But your mind has to see you, and you have to see yourself spiritually for who you really are. Noble, okay, regal. And daily study of the philosophy that I teach is the way to obtain what? That knowledge that you can live by and practice what? Daily again. And then you'll get better at it and you'll benefit. Why? Because you'll be getting the benefits of being a better person, and your life will change because you're going to have blessings bestowed on you for what? Just living, right? Just studying means nothing. Means jack, nothing. But having to put them in practice daily is the ticket that I use. Why? I've been practicing stuff for a long time, so I know before I give it to you what it do. Trust me, old school. Before you get it, I've already done it. Trust me. So what I'm telling you, I've already done it. Simple. That's why. God is in your heart. Woo, in your heart. I keep telling you, God, don't get. You have to become what? It's conscious. So you have to learn and know that for yourself. A preacher can't put God in your mind. You had to put the work in. Why? Because when you do, he'll do something for you. God has never denied nobody who came to him in earnest. And again, not a preacher. Hold on one second. Yeah, sorry about that. But remember, God is the heart. That's your emotions. That's how you feel. That's why you love. Your mind is your conscious. Once you free your mind, become conscious of who you are, know thyself, you and God will become one, and you will know that for yourself. Wrap it up. Can appreciate you tuning in. At death, your heart, aka God, will speak for you. Okay? Spirits. Spirit is life. The heart is God's dwelling place in man. And once you know that, you actually know thyself. God is thyself. Judgment Day. We all going to have it. That's when you are judged for your actions. That's what the heart goes against the feather of my eye. If you live a righteous and virtuous life, doing what you're supposed to, your heart will be light as a feather. If not, your heart will be weighed down with jealousy, anger, greed, all those negative aspects that hang around that you can't get rid of. So at Judgment Day, it makes the heart heavy. And to the floor, Amit gets to have his way with you. Your spirit goes on. Your conscious is not with the spirit. It dies. So you died twice, physically and mentally. Why? Because the conscious is no longer used. Moving on. That's the concept. Now, what I can't read here? Peace and light heart. Okay. A person with a light heart is from living right, doing righteous and good virtuous deeds, doing their life, and they will be rewarded for that. I call it a selfless service. Giving of yourself, doing something for somebody else, giving without wanting nothing in return. That's a selfless service. I practice that daily. Let's go. If you're not a good person, it ain't got nothing to do with none other than you having in your heart anger, hate, jealousy, all those things that makes your heart heavy. When you do that because you're not a good person, your heart will be what? If you're not a good person, it will be heavy. Hence, the scales will be imbalanced and not in your favor. If the scale went up because your heart was light as a feather, that's a good thing. But if it go the other way, you lose. That's the name of the game. That's the concept of life. Wrapping it up. Now, I live to lighten my heart when daily by doing righteous actions and good things. That's how you purify your heart, doing good things. And by giving my rightism lessons daily, that's what I do for you. That's my selfless service. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll be back. You already know the deal. In closing, may you all live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never know my right thinkers have passed away. Remember, heart, mind, coherence. That's my phrase.